Summary of 1 Samuel 22 to 26 NLT. Chapter 22. David at Adullam and Saul's massacre. David hides in the cave of Adullam, where his family and 400 distressed men join him. He seeks refuge for his parents in Moab. Meanwhile, Saul, furious that David is eluding him, accuses his men of betrayal. Though the Edomite reports that Ahimelech, the priest of Nob, helped David, Saul orders the massacre of 85 priests and the town of Nob, sparing only Ahimelech's son Abiathar, who escapes to David. Chapter 23. David saves Keilah and escapes Saul. David learns that the Philistines are attacking Keilah and defeats them. But when Saul plans to trap him there, David consults God and escapes with his men. David flees into the wilderness of Ziph, where Jonathan visits him, reaffirming their covenant. The Ziphites betray David's location to Saul, but God protects David by distracting Saul with a Philistine attack. Chapter 24. David spares Saul's life first time. David hides in the caves of En-Gedi, where Saul unknowingly enters to rest. David secretly cuts off a piece of Saul's robe but refuses to kill him, saying he will not harm the Lord's anointed. Later, David reveals what he did, showing mercy. Saul is moved to tears and acknowledges David's future kingship, but the tension remains. Chapter 25. Death of Samuel and David, Abigail and Nabal. Samuel dies, and Israel mourns. David asks Nabal, a wealthy but harsh man, for provisions, but Nabal insults him. Enraged, David prepares to attack, but Abigail, Nabal's wise wife, intervenes, bringing gifts and persuading David not to seek revenge. God strikes Nabal dead shortly after, and David marries Abigail. Chapter 26. David spares Saul's life second time. Saul pursues David again in the wilderness of Ziph. One night, David and Abishai sneak into Saul's camp where Saul is asleep. Abishai wants to kill him, but David refuses, taking Saul's spear and water jug instead. David later calls out to Saul from a distance, proving his loyalty once more. Saul again admits his wrongdoing, but David knows Saul's heart remains unchanged. These chapters highlight David's wisdom, mercy, and God's protection as he continues to evade Saul while remaining faithful to God's plan.